Welcome to the Hitchhiker's Guide to Star Trek Online. I'm Astrus, bringing you the Khitomer Accord. The Khitomer Accord is third in the line of Borg raid-episodes and the most difficult of the three, which will test your group's endurance and damage output. This raid-episode consists of a difficult space encounter, hordes of heavy tactical Borg on the ground, and a unique space boss to end it all. Upon entering, your group will notice a time vortex portal in the center of the area with two transwarp conduits on either side of it, and a tactical cube with some Borg vessels guarding it. The mechanic of this fight includes preventing any Borg from entering the portal after the original guards are killed. Dispatch the guards as normal, attack the probes first, then the spheres, then the cubes. Your group has the option of killing the tactical cube on top of the conduit to damage the Borg as they teleport in. Once killed, the two conduits simultaneously open up for a brief moment to send out 3 spheres and 4 probes each. The probes will ignore everyone and fly straight for the portals, and the spheres will ignore your group until attacked. If 6 Borg of any kind make it into the vortex, your group will fail the current mission and have to reset the instance. Note that there is a 15-minute lockout if you fail. However, this can be bypassed by disbanding your group and reforming it with a new leader. Once one of the 2 conduits are destroyed, the last one standing will warp in 2 cubes along with the normal probe and sphere group. Your group will want to decide ahead of time of how to deal with this. It's suggested that 2 or more members of the group carry abilities such as tractor beam repulsors and gravity will to keep the Borg away from the vortex. You'll want to assign those 2 members to deal with the probes while the other 3 focus fire on the spheres. With this setup, have everyone attack the conduit when it opens, saving their cooldowns for the Borg. Once the shield on the conduit goes back up, use a high-powered gravity well to pull the fleeing Borg together. This allows for massive AoE damage and can set off a chain of exploding Borg, as each ship that explodes will damage the others in the group. If any Borg escape the gravity well, you can have another group member use their repulsors to push them back in. After the first group is dead, you will want to quickly move to the group coming from the opposite side. If you took a little too long killing the first group, then your priority should be to push the second group a good distance back from the vortex before engaging them. Either way, the kill strategy remains the same. When the last Borg dies, the group moves to the closest conduit. Using this setup has your team bouncing from conduit to conduit, slowly but surely bringing down both conduits to low health. When you have each conduit down to about 1 to 2% health, your group should split up to take the conduits down at the same time. Send your 2 highest DPS to kill 1 conduit and send the other 3 members to tackle the second. Doing this will eliminate the need to kill the final group of cubes and probes and allow you to head straight into the vortex after both conduits are dead. When you are all through the vortex, your group needs only to take care of the 2 sets of Borg cubes and their escorts before it's time to beam down to the surface and make your way into the underground cavern. Within these tunnels, the Borg mobs you encounter will consist mainly of elite tactical drones. It's wise to have every group member bring in hypos, shields, and energy cells to use throughout the raid-episode. Sanctuary of Wanderhome recommends to our members that we each bring 3 stacks, that's 60 each of those items to every raid. As soon as your group begins to descend the tunnels, Borg groups attached to nodes will beam in. Your team needs to take care of the nodes first, as always, and survive the damage, so it's suggested that you use double bunker kits with Rally Cry, my favorite ability, to negate all the initial hits. The nodes for the groups of Borg usually spawn against the wall to the left or the right. One note to remember is that anytime during the raid episode that you do not see Borg in your way, you can expect a beam in. So even though everything looks clear, always be ready for an unexpected visit from the Borg. Throughout the tunnels, always be aware of your surroundings and take defensive positions in bottleneck areas, and even prepare to fall back to mitigate damage.